All right, welcome back, guys. Good to see you back.
Number 3.
Number three. We've done. Oh yeah, we've done 2 already.
Yeah, we've done 2 already. Posted 1.
Might not post the second one.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't watched it through. You think I should watch the whole thing through?
Maybe not the whole thing, but
I was basically doing that with the first one. Well, actually,
yeah.
Actually, no. I was pretty confident in the first one. The second one, I started watching it, and then it was just like another hour and a half, and I was like, I didn't have time for it at the moment.
Honestly, we could probably just take clips from the second one. The second one was.
You didn't think it was good?
I mean, there were some good parts. It was just, I don't think it was as clean as the first one.
Yeah.
But we got some likes on the podcast that we posted, and it's kind of cool to see because I think the last time I looked at it, it was like 3 likes, which is like, I mean, it sounds like such a small amount, but like the fact that people even like saw it, first of all, is kind of cool, and second of all, like, went out of their way to like it.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Oh yeah, I just posted a short that we just made outside because there was a nice sunset, and we had an idea for a video, and Jordan Moore subscribed. Oh,
I don't even get.
I don't know. I just got notifications.
I don't even get notifications when people subscribe. It's weird though, because our YouTube is growing, and we're not even posting like actual videos. We've mostly just been posting shorts, and our subscribers are accumulating at a quicker rate than like TikTok or Instagram. Like our following on YouTube is actually growing somehow, which is weird but cool.
It's interesting because everybody always says that TikTok is the easiest one to get a lot of reach, and that might be true, but like most people just swipe constantly swiping, and so there's no viewer retention versus YouTube. Most people stay there for like a couple minutes to see what's going on, and I mean, as of right now we have 25 subscribers.
Wow.
And then I don't know by the time I post this video what it'll actually be at,
but there's
3 likes on that one.
The general public of like TikTok they're just like they're little attention goblins. Like they just don't stay for most of the video. Like just the viewer retention on TikTok is much worse than like other apps. That it seems like people like have a little bit longer of an attention span on all the other apps than TikTok.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that is. Maybe because on Instagram it's harder to actually get a lot of views, and so they only push certain videos that actually do get a lot of views, and so they're not really pushing the ones that don't, versus on TikTok they might be pushing the ones that don't, and so it's easier to just keep swiping. I don't know, it's just a theory. But we both started our bulk recently, or semi-recently.
The winter arc
has begun for us. It's a little early, I guess. There's like a certain day that you look up online and it's like, winter arc starts on this specific day, according to whatever.
I think it's October 1st is a general. I'm not 100% sure on that, or it might just be the the car's tweaking, but it might just be the first day of fall, but I'm actually not sure when the official, or quote unquote winter arc starts.
I'm looking it up. I think it is October 1st. I don't know. October 1st. So anyways, we started our winter
arc kind of early, but I don't really care about the timing. It is what it is. I don't have to bulk when everybody else is bulking. I kind of want a prolonged bulk. I'm trying to build the biggest dad bod, or I guess the closest thing to a dad bod I've ever had, which sounds kind of crazy. Like when I talk about it with other people, they're like, why do you want to take the bulk far? And it's just like, well, I want to see what I can do with it. I've never done it before. The last time I did a bulk, I think the cutting process wasn't too bad. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. So, I was able to, shave all the weight off from my previous bulk. But then I kind of look back at it, and I was bulky, but I can take it to the next level. I can round out a little bit. Have some fun with it, I guess.
Because you know that you can get back down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, now that I know that I can get back down to, or I can cut the weight off because I've done it once before and it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, then I'm looking forward to pushing it farther. And
what are your goals as far as bulking? Like, do you have? I know you've talked about me with this, or talked to me about this before, but
like a weight goal, like
some people have weight goals of their body, and then others of
like a specific kind of look, or like
a look, or even like a lift number, like get their deadlift up to a certain amount, or bench.
Right. My goal is to get up to like 225 pounds body weight, and then when I get there, I'm not gonna immediately cut, but I'll see like how I feel, what I look like, and stuff like that. And if I want to take it another 5-10 pounds, keep going, because I don't know. It also kind of depends on the timing. I feel like if it's like November and I'm already 225, I feel like it doesn't feel right to start cutting in December, but we'll see. I don't know what I'll do yet, but yeah, right now the thing is to kind of just get to 225 body weight, and then take it from there.
Yeah, I'd say for me, I thought you had said like 250 before, and I was like, damn, it would be big, just like a boulder walking around. But I think for me, I was going for. I told Caroline yesterday.
Yeah.
That I was gonna go for 230. I'd say.
230 is good.
Yeah, that's what I was maybe gonna go for. I'm like at 208 morning weight.
I'm at 213 to 214 right now morning weight.
Since this morning?
Well, sometimes it changes. Like I was 215 this morning, but sometimes the weight on specific mornings like spikes a little bit for no reason at all.
Yeah, for me, my morning weight, yesterday morning, or maybe the day before, it was 208 point something, and then so getting to 230 is going to be quite a bit of weight, but like I definitely probably feel more energized, have better lifts, and that's the main benefit of it at least at first.
Well,
or
it's
like
not
at
like
least
you're
the whole
gonna.
time.
That's kind of not the only way to build muscle, but that's kind of where you're building the muscles during the bulk. Because in the cut, you don't. Depending on if you're a beginner or not, but if you're not a beginner, you're not really gonna gain muscle during the cut. So that's why you gotta have a real bulk. It doesn't have to be super dirty, but it has to be a little bit intense. Of course, you have to do the calorie surplus thing, but if you seriously want to put on muscle, then that's the way to go. You gotta do a bulk.
I'd say like for calorie wise, 500 calorie surplus is probably like a good spot. 300 if you're going a little less extreme, and then 700 if you're wanting to, like, you know, really put on some weight quick, or more than 700. But you know, then there's always those people that do they gain weight, or more like maintain weight. They never go through bulking and cutting phases.
Yeah, they kind of call that like main gaining or something.
Yeah, main gaining. I was thinking that, but I wasn't sure if that was it. But yeah,
I feel like that doesn't really work unless you're like a true beginner. Main gaining. I mean, what would happen if you're a beginner is, and you say you're trying to build some muscle and shave some fat at the same time. That's totally possible, and I feel like you could gain some muscle while losing fat at the same time, which would make your weight not necessarily go up or down. But if you've been lifting for like maybe over a year or even especially 2 years, then I feel like you're not really going to gain much muscle if you're looking at the scale every day and it's the same weight, and you're still going to the gym. You'll still have energy, of course, but I just feel like you need that little bit of extra calories to gain weight. And obviously, if you're looking at the scale and you're not going up in weight, that means you're not building muscle, or just at a rate, you're building it at a rate that just doesn't make sense, that it's like just so small that it might not be, you know, that it's not really worth it.
Yeah, and it depends on how intensive you are in the gym as well, and what your goals are in the gym. Like if your goal is to really put up some weight, like bring your numbers up strength wise, and then also body wise, bulking phase, and then into a cutting phase, and then back into a bulking phase, and then you know, the cycle just keeps on going. I feel like that's one strategy, but you know, there's people out there that have just a strategy of staying toned all year long. Like I know a few people that think that way.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that either.
Yeah, and it's pretty much just whatever your goal is.
Yeah, I mean, and then there's the opposite end of the spectrum that would like just wants to get their numbers up no matter how they can do it. And so sometimes you see these big heavyweights, right? They're pretty overweight, as in like they're pretty fat, but they can lift some serious amount of pounds, like crazy bench presses and stuff like that. Like it'd be crazy to see what they look like if they were to cut or something like that.
Yeah, that's why people always say the cut is gonna be insane on people that are just you know.
Dude, I mean, what's crazy though is you really don't have to lift that much. Like if you are like just a regular dad, and you know, a lot of dads, they go on permanent bulks, not because that's their goal to like gain muscle, but because, you know, they've just become a dad, and they start eating more, and you know, they get a little overweight. Even they build muscle. They build like a significant amount of muscle. It's like kind of impressive that, like, you know, this dad doesn't even go to the gym, and he's got, you know, you can see like his legs are like actually toned. You know, I mean, it depends on the person too and what they do like from the day to day, but like, and you always see like memes about dad calves, like how their calves are just insane from, you know, just walking around. I mean,
dad strength.
Yeah, dad strength. I mean, that basically goes to show what a bulk can do, even with minimal, even if they're not even training seriously, you know. So, I mean, there's some substance to that, I guess.
Yeah, there's the people that bulk. I just lost my train of thought, but
don't worry about it.
I was gonna say, like, don't if you see people that are really cut online lifting a lot of weight, like I'll just take Larry Wheels for example. Okay, like whatever. These guys are huge, but if they're really cut and still putting up a lot of weight, you know that there's some kind of substance behind it.
Illegal substance.
some kind of something. But if they have some extra fat on them and they're putting up some numbers, that could be some honest strength.
Yeah, some natural strength.
And I think that, well, usually that I'd consider that like a bulking phase, unless you're just like heavier year round, which there are people like that too that just train for like powerlifting type lifts, and they just stay heavy year round because they just want their squat numbers up, deadlift and bench up.
Yeah, they have like, I think they have a class, like they have weight classes in powerlifting, and then they have like an infinite class that's just like, all right, this is for the big guys, for the heavyweights that, you know, that they just vary so much in size that there's just like, you know, past a certain point there's no weight class. It's just well, you've made it past that point, so it's like now it doesn't matter how heavy or how fat you are, it just matters how much weight you can move.
That makes sense.
Speaking of like different, you know, classes of, you know, lifter, C-Bum apparently is making a transition to men's physique instead of classic physique.
And what is the difference there?
You know, I actually don't know for sure, but I think it's just men's physique guys are a little bit smaller, like they're more, I don't know. I mean, there's open class, those are guys that are really big, and then there's classic physique that you have to be under a certain weight, and then men's physique is probably just something like they have to be a little bit under the classic physique weight. I mean, I don't know.
Okay, well, the general like Google answer is the main difference between the men's physique and classic physique bodybuilding categories are the amount of muscle and the emphasis of judging. Okay, so I don't know what the judging is.
Yeah, like when they're on stage,
okay,
the judges emphasize. What do they emphasize?
I was reading it. Muscle tone, symmetry, stage presence, which you kind of be like, what is that? But you know, you have to be a little charismatic in these shows, I guess. And then so there may be some height classes, but they generally don't have restrictions. That's what it says here. But in classic physique is men who have more muscle than men's physique, but less than men's bodybuilding. Okay. The emphasis is on symmetry, and this will take priority in judging rather than size or extreme conditioning.
And I've seen, I think the men's physique guys, they wear things that look like board shorts on stage. I'm pretty sure they don't wear the Speedos that like the big bodybuilders wear, you know. They wear like more of like shorts or something. Unless I'm wrong about that.
I'm not really sure about that either.
But I mean, I don't know exactly what that means when C-Bum says that he's transitioning. I don't know if that means that that the next Olympia he's not competing in classic physique anymore. That he's just going to be in men's physique.
Well, in his recent video, what was the weight that he said he was going to go to that I told you?
I don't remember.
Was it like two? Oh, he said he was like at 250 something, right?
I think so.
Yeah,
that would make sense.
I'm not really sure what the weight, if there's like a weight class, or if it's just like going for, like Google said, like the amount of muscle and like
different
emphasis huge you are. Yeah,
on the judging.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. about that.
Sebum, he's so like calming to watch. Like,
Yeah.
he's got like
Such a chill dude.
a sort of like style of videos that's just like, they seem so like pure, and like it's just him in his own like huge garage gym, which would be like a dream to have. And you know, he's just there, and you know, there's no music in a lot of the videos, and it's just like, it's almost like kind of like a little calming sort of like therapeutic thing. It's kind of cool.
And I mean, I'd go for that too whenever I go to edit stuff. But it's just, I don't know. I feel like it'd be different for people because you can watch his videos and like admire something, like admire the amount of weight that he's like just repping and basically be taking notes. But I feel like for someone at our level, or at our level, I'm not really sure what you could take notes on, just because we're not huge. We don't abuse steroids or anything. And
yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, you got to take steroids if you're going to compete at the highest level, but you know, you got to really be serious about it. Like, I feel like there's no way that I would ever take steroids unless I think I actually have a shot at being an IFBB pro, and which in that case, you know, maybe I would go through, but maybe even not, but maybe I would go through, you know, the sacrifices that you have to make for your health and for your body to compete at those high levels, because not only is it a huge physical strain, but it's a pretty heavy mental strain too. And you know, a lot of guys, like, you know, have some problems, and then, you know, there's some effects that, depending on what you take, are like, and for how long you take it, they can be permanent. But I just don't, you know, I wouldn't be light with any of that. First of all, I'd have to train naturally for you know, a few more years than, I mean, I've been training for like, I think 2 years seriously, and I'd have to train for, you know, quite a few more years than I already have natural. And then I would, you know, if I look at my genetics and I'm like, oh, like, I have a shot at this, then, you know, then there'd be like a 1% chance that I'd actually consider it. But anyway, we have arrived to Buc-ee's. We'll be gassing up, taking a little break.
Bro, you were talking for so long, I forgot what I was saying. I was gonna say, I don't even know, dude. But I was gonna say that I wouldn't abuse steroids, or I probably wouldn't even do it even if I thought I had a chance at doing something, because they always have those natural categories.
That's true.
So
it'd be
like,
fun.
why not just do that? Like Max Taylor, like he did a natural one.
Really?
And yeah, I don't know how he did
Yeah.
it. But
I think that would actually be fun. And, you know, the only thing is you might have to compete against some guys that might not be natural, you know, or I guess lifetime natural, because you can cycle in a way that, you know, when you're stage ready, that you
like you get off cycle and
you're like off cycle or something. But
yeah,
I don't know.
Still big.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how those things work, and honestly, who knows? Like, maybe in the future they'll have like these tests that it's like, oh, like, we have a new test, a new way to test if you're actually like a lifetime like natural, you haven't taken any sort of, you know, performance enhancing anabolic steroids or whatever. But
yeah, bottom line is I wouldn't do it. All right, we're back in from the little gas stop, little pit stop.
Dude, I think that was the cheapest gas I've gotten in a while.
What was the price?
$2.89.
Okay, he actually said $6 for anyone that's thinking about moving to Florida. Don't move to Florida.
Oh, yeah, get out of here. You don't belong. Our prices are insane.
Yeah. You don't want to live here.
We literally
just had a hurricane.
A hurricane.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't move down here. Your house will flood immediately from all the hurricanes, so.
Yeah.
And the overpriced gas and, everything else that's bad that you can think of is in Florida. Like gators, like the bugs, You don't want to move down here.
All the mosquitoes in the world are, they come from here.
Yeah.
So you definitely don't want to.
Yeah, definitely don't come down here. Not to Florida. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Fuck. Okay. Anyways, I just saw this video when I went into the bathroom. Dude, I gotta freaking hold this camera. It's annoying.
Yeah, well, we're not on the highway yet, so you definitely gotta
grip it. I got that.
What video did you watch?
Okay. It's like one of those winter arc videos. So we were just talking about winter arc. And so I feel like this is kind of relevant. But dudes be shaving their heads for winter arc. I can understand that, cutting your hair might mean a new you or whatever.
But it's almost like
Are you for real? Okay. I'm gonna see if it'll. Okay. Are you for real? All right. You see that?
Yeah. Could they hear it though?
No.
It doesn't matter. You get the point.
Anyways, don't be that guy. Is what I'm trying to say.
It's almost like going into the winter arc is like a monk lifestyle, sort of a huge sacrifice to a greater good, as if it's some noble quest or something that it's you gotta shave your head for. I don't know. It's interesting.
You don't have to do all that. Just dude, look honestly better with his hair. Don't unless you got lice or unless you got lice or something, you don't need to shave your head. I'm not bashing anybody who just got the buzz cut or anything.
I mean,
it looks good on some dudes.
I used to want to shave my head just to try it, because I swear in high school it seems like most people do that. They're like, oh, let's all shave our heads together, and that's what they do. And to me that seems totally sick. I never did that, and sometimes I wish that maybe I did in high school, but I could now, but I don't want to do it as much as I used to. But
you're saying just to see what you look like with a buzz cut?
Yeah. Just to see what the future's got in store for me, what I'm gonna look like when I lose my hair.
Yeah.
But I've been keeping my hair short because I grew it out last winter, and that was almost like my winter arc version of oh, we're just gonna, if we're letting my body grow out, I'm letting my hair grow out too, and I'm just gonna look like a hairy fur ball that's a little bit fat, but it's just. Some people rock the long hair, the flow, but it's uncomfortable for me. And I have shorter hair now, and ever since I've had pretty or not pretty pretty short hair, this just not that long at all. It's so much more comfortable, easy to take care of. I think the thing that one of the things that bothers me the most is it just gets in your face. You're doing whatever, you're lifting, you're just going about your day, and it's hotter too. Because especially since we're in Florida, it's you can't just have sweat, and also you could see the greasiness more in long hair than you can in short hair. So my hair short now, kind of that's just the way it's supposed to be, I guess.
Yeah, well, everybody has a long hair phase. I had mine back in high school, and I looked like a surfer dude. Mine was like bleached blonde hair. I didn't bleach or anything. It was like all natural from the sun. But eventually, like I was playing soccer and everything, and so it would just get in the way. And
yeah, it's just hard.
It's just annoying. Yeah. So keeping it short is nice. And
you know, one of the things that we were talking about earlier, like I thought about it while I was in Buc-ee's, is like it, you know, like just for the case of doing natural like competitions, it's probably just overall, like obviously it is better for you, but like I feel like you'll have a better time in the long run. I mean, you might not make as much, or you're definitely not going to make as much money as like the insane guys, but like I feel like most people don't necessarily dream of having like a Derek Lunsford sort of physique, unless they're like a you know, up and coming bodybuilder and they want to compete. But like for like an aesthetic sort of person, or like purpose, like a person that lifts to like, well, first of all because they like it, but also to have like a sort of nice aesthetic to their body, I don't think they would necessarily gravitate towards any sort of like I mean, you know what I mean. It just, you don't have to get that big to look good, and almost like when you get past a certain point, you start to not look good, maybe. I don't know. It just depends on the opinion of the person.
Yeah. Other people, or some people have different motives, but once you start becoming too huge, like an absolute muscle monster, just mass, completely like Sam Sulik, you know, love the dude, respect him. I would never want to be that big.
Yeah.
And whether or not you think that's healthy or not, I don't think it's that healthy, because you got to be putting some PEDs back like crazy to do that.
Yeah.
And I mean, just gaining mass in general quick and unnaturally is just going to be more stressful on like your organs, like your heart.
Yeah.
It's going to have to pump more. It's kind of like when when you have too much muscle in an unnatural way, like unnatural to your own body, then it's kind of like being overweight, because your heart has to work just as hard as if you were fat, like obese, because it's trying to get all the blood through your body, and it's working extra hard, so you're still prone to like a heart attack, just as much as an obese person is.
Yeah, and the specific organs that take to process the steroids, they also get a little bit worn out too. But anyway, I almost think that these guys that just get super huge, I feel like they almost like know what they're doing. It's almost more just about like who looks the freakiest, because I feel like back when Arnold was like in his prime, back when bodybuilding was kind of I guess a newer, it wasn't like a world known sort of like as a sport, I guess. So when Arnold was in his prime, it was almost more about like who looks the best, like these guys didn't look like super lean, they didn't have like all the striations popping and like all the veins in their whole entire circulatory system like showing. It was more just like who's got the most or the best like proportions, and who looks the most like a sculpture, and then as people like kept pushing that sport almost to the limit, I feel like it started to shift towards, instead of like proportions and aesthetics, it almost becomes like who's the freakiest looking guy, which some people, it's insane to see like what they've been able to do, how far the human body has been pushed by some people. But like, yeah, that's what it seems like.
Definitely changed a lot.
Yeah, that's what it seems like it's about nowadays. Who's the freakiest, not like best looking.
Yeah. It's definitely changed a lot. Like I saw a video that was kind of refreshing the other day, and it was a dude posing, but it wasn't to like, you know, some hard style music. It was like to some elegant shit, to some elegant, to some elegant music, like a classical piece, and he was posing and basically describing bodybuilding as a form of art, like artwork, and like, you know, you look at like the sculptures.
Yeah, it's like building your own sculpture out of yourself.